Today I'm gonna be installing a radiator on my Z. This is my first time doing it, so I'm not a professional, never done it before. I might get some things wrong, but I'll take you guys through the steps on what I do, and then you guys can take that and do it to your Z. Let's get started and see how it goes. New radiator. Got the new fan. Nice. I have the car lifted up in the air. The next step would be to flush out the coolant fluid from the bottom and also from this reservoir over here. I'll show you guys how to, or what I'm going to do that. I'm going to start to do the flush on the coolant. It's on the right hand side. There's going to be a bolt right there with a screwdriver. You're going to unscrew that, and fluid should come down onto the bucket that you have underneath. As you guys can see, very few liquid is coming out at a time. All you gotta do is unscrew this cap right here. Boom, you got air going from the top, pushing all the fluid out. So we're gonna investigate and see where the crack's coming from. Coming from the bottom right there. Boom. Easy fix, guys. Alright, we're just waiting for all the coolant to leak out of the radiator. I got a second bucket because the first bucket had a crack in it. While that's getting flushed out, I'm going to remove the air intake and remove that engine cover, and possibly gonna remove that reservoir. I'll show you guys what I do in the next clips coming up. Alright, I got the bolt off. Pretty much this thing is ready to come off. It's just connected with this line right here. All I gotta do is pull, and then unclamp this right here. I got this off, made a little mess, but it's all good. Just gonna dump this out. If your coolant has a hole in it, no need to take off the lid. You can just dump it from the hole. Save some time, you know, because time is money. All right, got the coolant reservoir out. Next step will be to unclamp the hoses that connect to the radiator.
Grab a pair of pliers, just like that. Ready to go, making sure it's off there. There you go. Just twist it. Probably have to fast forward this part, but that was too easy.
You remove the top one and then you remove this bottom one. Same thing with the clamp.
Clamp it. Move out the way. Just twist off. Shit. There you go.
Alright. we got the both hoses removed. We're gonna remove these things that keep the radiator from shaking everywhere. They might be a little tough because they're with a bushing underneath. So get your pliers and twist it with that. And take it off. There's gonna be bushings underneath. Don't lose those. That's gonna go on the new radiator when you install it. And don't lose these either. Alright, so the fans are connected to some wiring harnesses. Mine is ripped, so that's why I don't disconnect this one. This one is connected, I believe it goes through the bottom and onto that one down there. So I'm gonna disconnect that one, and then after that we're gonna remove some bolts and see if this thing could come off so you can put the new one on. We're gonna remove these bolts from right here. I'm not sure what they hold, but we're gonna remove them anyways.
When you're bolting them, you put your hand on the back of this so it doesn't hold it. There you go. I'm not sure if that held on.
Alright, so it's a little harder to pull up than what I said. So we're gonna need the AC condenser is held on to the radiator by this right here. Just pull that off, put it like in front of the radiator support or something, get it out the way. On this side as well. There you go, see how that came off? Now the radiator should be easy to be pulled up. I got the old radiator out. Time to install the new one with the new fans. For those of you using the same fans that you had, pretty much you gotta bolt it from the top right here. Another one from the top. Might need to unclip this from the bottom. Pull that out, boom. Set it to the side. Pretend that this new fan is the old one, if that makes sense. Smaller bushings go at the top, and then the bigger bushings go on the bottom. There you go. Just twist them on like that. And we're set to go. We're gonna install it on the car already. See, that should be the hardest part. Other than that, we're halfway there. So I got the bushings through the hole right here, and then you're gonna want to go through the top and just kind of like maybe like making sure like it's all the way in from the top. Give it a little smack. And then you're gonna want to line up the radiator with the AC condenser right here. I still gotta line it up from this side and this side. I'm gonna do that. After that, I'm gonna put the screws that go in there. I believe they're these two right here. And then I'll get back to you guys. We're gonna put them back on the car. Down right there. Then we're gonna put the other one back over here. Might be a little tough, but it's to keep the radiator from moving around when you're driving. To help you out, you're gonna need to get a set of pliers. We're gonna get a set of pliers and push it all the way down and twist it. We're gonna install the fan now. We got the radiator in. I got a new fan, so I'm gonna be installing this one, but if you have the old one, just put the old one back in by simply taking off the bolts from the top of the radiator, and then putting the radiator on first and then putting the fan in afterwards. Fit it in. There's gonna be two tabs at the bottom. That's where your fans are gonna be held on from, and then you're gonna bolt them on from the top right here. Like that, so. And then you're gonna bolt them up from right here, and that's all I'll be doing next.
Yeah, he was right there.
got the radiator fan on, so now I'm just gonna plug these two onto the plugins that the radiator fan has. This is the old one I had that ripped on me or got sliced off. So I'm gonna take that off.
So I got that off. I'm gonna plug these two in over there. Maybe you need to stop talking.
Alright, just zip tied to these wires. They're nowhere near the belts now. Also zip tied that big wiring harness underneath this fan cover. Just find anywhere that you could zip tie them to. I'm not sure if I said it already, but I zip tied them underneath these fan covers. We're almost done. Next thing that I need to do would be put back that what is it called, coolant reservoir, connect it to this, then fill it up with some coolant and then see if it runs. Connect this hose and the bottom hose back to the radiator, and then afterwards we're gonna fill it up with coolant.
Pretty much this is gonna be a time lapse.
We're gonna fill up the reservoir to wherever the back line is. Alright guys, finished installing the radiator with the fan. Filled the radiator with about 2 gallons. They couldn't take any more. Reservoir's filled to the top. I did some bleeding of the valve over there at the far end. That's a whole nother video. I've had the car on for about 5 minutes already. And no issues with overheating. I may have other issues, but no overheating issues. Alright, this will wrap up today's video. The ending was really quick and not detailed, but to summarize what I did, I filled up the radiator and reservoir with coolant, bled the system for a minute, turned on the car. That's a whole nother video you guys should watch if you guys are having overheating issues. If you guys are not, then you guys are set. Stay tuned for more videos to come about my build. And until next time, peace.